Uncle C, back in the office, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing specific male vices that not only make men weak, but these also make men extremely unattractive. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I don't want you to be led astray as you get older. Okay, these vices that I'm about to show you are 100% going to bring you pleasure in the short term. These vices are 100% going to make partying easier in the short term, and dare I say it, maybe even hooking up and meeting specific companions you want to have adventures with, if you want to call it that. But what this channel and what this video is for is overall how to make yourself full stack, how to make yourself a strong man of value, and how to ultimately get ahead in life. As you know, you 100% should not be focusing on women. You need to be focusing on your own success, your own excellence, and your own journey, so that way you can actually level up and get ahead. Now, with that said, these vices, if you indulge in them, like I said, they will feel short-term pleasure. You will feel short-term well-being. In the short term, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel pleasureful. But in the long term, these are going to rob you dry. And the thing is the older you get, not only does success become more and more important, but you have to understand that women look for a man who has the competency skills to actually get ahead. That's why I place such a hardcore, a hardcore importance on not only you leveling up financially, but every single person that watches this channel. So let's dive into these, okay? The very first vice that you 100% want to watch out for and cut out of your life is going to be weed, okay? There are so many men right now where all they do is they sit in a sedated state and each and every single day they smoke, okay? Now here's what you have to remember. Instantly that might trigger you and that might offend you. You might be sitting there thinking, oh, Casey, I still get my work done, it's fine. Oh, I still hit the gym, Casey, it's fine. I can get blazed every single day. It's fine, I can do that, it's fine. You know, it's fine. I still do my homework. I still do good in my job. I still am on my purpose. I still do all this. Here's what I'm telling you. It slows you down. And if I'm moving every single day at 100 miles an hour, and you could be moving every single day at 100 miles an hour, but then you take that hit and now you're 35% slower, you're only moving at 65% when you could be moving at 100. This vice is growing. And the reason why it's growing is because it feels good. It's sedative. It's a sedative. You are slipping into a sedated state, okay? The second that you cut this out of your life, here's what's going to happen. Not only do you have more confidence because you don't need a substance, but you have to understand anytime you need something, it starts to make you weak. It starts to make you dependent. It's going to be harder to level up in life. It's going to be harder to speak fluently. It's going to be harder to have the type of charisma that you want because you're constantly zonked. Like, just think about this. The sooner you cut out this vice, the quicker you can actually start to craft the financial situation that you've always wanted. The quicker you can actually start to build the type of business that you've always wanted. The quicker you can actually start to get ahead as a man. As a man, you have to put value on your success. There's no way around that. You have to rewire your mindset to enjoy work. You have to rewire your mindset to like working. You have to rewire your mindset in order to get ahead. That's the first thing. Number two is going to be alcohol. If you are constantly drinking, well, it might feel good in the moment. Here's what's going to happen. It is going to take a toll on your confidence and on your well-being. Because what tends to happen is the more you drink, the less grounded and secure with yourself you are without any substances in you. Just think about this for a second. How many times do you go out and you see friends or you see family members and the only way they have a social lubricant is if they're 3 sheets to the wind and they've had 10 shots? Like, that just can't be you. And coming from a masculine perspective, coming from a standpoint of you actually getting ahead and furthering your own success, or you having confidence and groundedness within yourself, how you speak, everything, how you maintain frame, it's going to come from being okay and happy with who you are. And here's what's going to happen. When you're sober and you can still speak to the people you want to speak to, you can still look somebody dead in the eyes and you can make a good connection and it doesn't feel forced and you're not nervous. You can still walk up and talk to whoever you want. You still feel enough as is. That shows that you have literally like the biggest balls. And when you have the biggest balls, it's going to be so attractive to not only women, it's going to help you get ahead. Every single time I've watched a guy cut these vices out of his life, here's what tends to happen. not only does he start to take control of his dating life, but he physically starts to look more attractive. He no longer has the munchies. He no longer parties and all of a sudden his skin's all fucked up, or his skin's all screwed up and he's bloated because he's been drinking the whole night. Like, you have to understand that it's your duty to take care of your body. It's the only body that you have. You make the switch, you watch how good your life's gonna get. Then that guy starts to develop confidence. He starts to attract the type of women that he wants. The next thing that he wants to do is he wants to start making more money. He finally says, you know what, I'm in the right headspace. I'm in the right situation mentally where I can now take on the stress to build my first business. I can take on the stress to become financially free. I can take on the stress to go somewhere in life. That's the key. The second you actually give yourself that permission to be okay with who you are and free yourself from these vices, despite them feeling good in the moment, they hold you hostage. They make you weak. Last but not least is caffeine. I'm telling you this after years and years of being a coffee drinker. These things make you weak. I was dependent on coffee for so many years, and it's been one of the most hardest things that I ever have had to do to wean myself off. But here's what you have to understand, is that every single time you need anything, whether it's pre-workout, whether it's energy drinks from a gas station, whether it's coffee, you are literally now dependent on a substance. And when you're dependent on a substance, when you're dependent on anything, it makes you a weak-willed individual. I do not want to be weak. If I'm dependent on anything, that means I'm not strong enough as is. These three vices right here, if you cut them out of your life, rest assured you are going to make more money within the next 3 to 5 years than any of your other colleagues. Rest assured you're going to attract higher quality women into your dating life than you ever have been able to before. Rest assured you're going to sleep at night with the type of confidence that you've always wanted. And rest assured it's going to be easier than ever to actually start to be the leader of your own life, be a strong man of value, take control of your own life, and up-level your financial situation. The reason why I make these videos is because these things came really easy to me as I grew up. These things became really easy to me as I've matured into who I am today. But I know that for a lot of you, they don't come easy. So what I'm trying to do is I want to help you to the fullest. And that's why this year I've also created the Freedom Academy. Now, what is the Freedom Academy? This year I've actually been showing guys step by step how to build their own personal brand, just like I did. And when they start to come into this and they actually have step-by-step processes where I show them click for click exactly how to set up your own pages, exactly how to sell your first offer, exactly how to break away from the 9 to 5, you don't know the level of confidence that comes with that. Because when you're no longer submissive to a boss, when you're no longer submissive to the 9 to 5, when you actually lead your own life and you're in control of your own financial situation, you are no longer working for a paycheck. You're working for what you want to build, and you're working for how far you can push it. And 3K a month for a lot of these guys turns into 5. And then eventually 5 turns into 10, and 10 turns into 20, and so on and so forth. And then the guy gets that wired mentality where he looks at his business and he goes, okay, how far can I push this? How far can I keep going? How big can I grow this bad boy? And that mindset is the most alpha of all. When you're in full control of not only your own financial circumstances, but you're now a free man. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has had more of an impact in my life than getting my shit together and making the type of money that I needed to, so that way I can actually be free. So, to wrap up Q4, we do have a few spots open. I'm not going to leave enrollment up for much longer, but right now we do have a few spots open as we wean down into the end of the year through Q4, and I'm showing guys step by step how to build their own brand, and it's going to be one of the coolest things that I've ever built, and I'm committed to making it literally the best community for you to not only network with me, but network with every single other guy in there to the fullest. Guys, I want to see you in there. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got just a little bit of value out of this today on a Friday. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.